Hi, I'm Caroline. Welcome to FYI Newsbyte. Here's what we found for your information this lunchtime.
Evidence of atrocities. Amateur footage has emerged which apparently shows some of 250 people reportedly killed in the Syrian city of Hama. Activists have described attacks by tanks and gunships on villages, while pro-government militia later went in on foot and carried out execution-style killings. It's thought up to 17,000 people have been killed since the uprising against Bashar al-Assad's regime began over 1 year ago. Washed away, 19 people have died in flooding and landslides in southern Japan caused by record rainfall. Hundreds of homes have been destroyed and tens of thousands of people had to evacuate the area, which is threatened by swollen rivers and more mudslides. Rescuers are continuing to search for missing people in the hardest hit areas. Double trouble in Dublin. A post office worker has been taken to hospital after a shooting in the capital this morning. The incident took place at Bunting Road in Crumlin at 9:30. 2 raiders entered the post office and 1 shot was discharged. While in a separate incident this morning, a large sum of money was stolen in a raid on a supermarket in central Dublin. The 2 raiders confronted a security worker who was making a delivery to a branch of Lidl on Thomas Street. Old rivalries, fresh violence. 9 policemen were injured when petrol bombs, bottles and rocks were thrown by protesters during an Orange Order parade through Belfast last night. Hundreds of police with water cannons were deployed at sectarian spots in the Ardoyne area. The violence followed the end of the 12th of July parades. Returning home with no resolution, John McAreevy and his family are expected to leave Mauritius shortly, following the not guilty verdict in his wife's murder trial. The family of murdered honeymooner Michaela yesterday described their devastation and desolation following the jury's conclusion in the case. 2 former hotel workers had pleaded not guilty to killing the 27-year-old during her honeymoon on the island in January 2011. Yesterday, a jury found them not guilty of her murder.
I'm absolutely heartbroken for the family. This is utter devastation for them, and for John McAreevy himself, this is just so difficult.
And finally, acting the goat in California can attract a lot of attention. Beachgoers in Orange County were treated to the sight of 2 goats surfing the waves. The pair, a nanny called Goaty and her kid Billy called Pismo, stood on surfboards and cruised the water. The goat's owner teamed up with 2 surfers to see if they could get both goats on one board together. He said he can teach dogs to surf, so why not goats?
FYI is interactive. From your opinions to news you think we should be covering, we want to hear it all.
FYI is available to you 24/7 online for all the information you need to know. Simply log on to tv3.ie/3e/FYI. Here you'll find the latest stories, video catch-ups, comments and the FYI blog. We're also available to you on Twitter and Facebook. Just log on to the website and hit the social networking shortcuts.
Time now for a look at the funniest clips on the web. Here's our top 5.
At number 5, think your car's a banger. At number 4, one show-off hits his target but still feels like a plank. At number 3, this girl really knows her Pokemon and she ain't afraid to show it.
Squirtle, War Turtle, Metapod, Cyber,
Jing!
At number 2, a young Dara Brady tries his hand at hoovering. Job done. And number 1 today, looks like one line judge has her own stash of tennis balls.
Tune into FYI later for the newest downloads. We'll have more on the top stories, all of today's tech news, and Paul will be here with all of the sport. We'll see you back here at 6, right here on 3E.